written it all down. Everything that happened. It can be changed. Deliver the message. The journal. Okay. The secret is hidden. North of the mill. South of the brook. So north of the mill, south of the brook. Remember. A secret. North of the mill, south of the brook. Okay. Does anything else happen? Oh. Walk again. Yes. Yeah. How do I... Okay. Oh, well, here's... I guess I have to, like, go back. Okay, north of the mill, south of the brook. See, in the iPod version, after the credits rolled, it said, like, that all it can be changed stuff, and then it said, remember the secret, and then it just popped up and said 1894. And you'd go into the companion app and hit login and type in 1894, and you'd find the secret. So, north of the mill, south of the brook. Okay. Map. Woods and box. Woods. Okay, I probably have to go through the whole beginning part again. Which I'm fine with, I guess. There's the box. I can't do anything with yet. Oh, now it's even creepy not having music in the background of this. Like, this game is eerily silent at the beginning. Click, yeah. Yay, there you are again. You'll freeze your ears off. Yeah. We've seen all this. Yeah. Come on. Okay, go home to your couch and get some rest. Fine, I'll leave. And by leave, instead of getting some rest, like you said, I will go to my cellar, and I will sit in the dark without food or water, as per usual for a year walker. And then at the stroke of midnight, I will get out and walk the year. Actually, no, I'm just going to go straight for the secret rather than playing it again. Okay. North of the mill and south of the brook. Oh, I gotta do all this again. Ugh. That wasn't as trippy as the first time I saw it. Still a nice effect, though. Okay. So, map. North of the mill. Windmill. Okay. South of the brook. Brook south. Okay. Oh! 81894. That's... Oh. The coal... The Olm... Theolm 68. Oh, that's really clever. Okay, I'll write that down. Get rid of all this stuff. So it's TheOalm, right? OALM 68. Go away, medics. We don't care. 1894. So that's still the password. They just came up with a different and really fucking awesome way of finding it. Okay. It's in my journal, and it should be THEOALM. Oh, that's not an O, that's a P. I can't see my keyboard. I'm kind of typing without looking. No, fucking 68. No. 68. There we go. 1894. Sign in. Connecting YW Journal Almston. Logged in version 0.916. Okay. This is kind of where it gets a bit reedy, but it's like, as you can tell, there's a lot of stuff, so. But this shit's worth it. This is intense, this stuff. Okay, so bear with me, guys. Hello, new system. Testing photo upload. It works. Should probably write here more often. Read about every book on Swedish folklore there is. Surprised how little has been written about year walking. Need more sources of information. Talk to ES. He suggested some field work. Might be good, but I feel that I might be 30 years too late. I've been talking to elderly folks, eating cookies and drinking coffee. Their knowledge about year walking has been limited, to say the least. Barely anyone of them knew what it was. If they did, they had heard stories as children, but forgotten the details. Thinking ES sent me on a wild goose chase. Interviews at the retirement home. May I never grow old. The last interview was intriguing, if very brief. Talked to one Astrid Jansen. She was over 100 years old. Clear at times, did not know a lot about folklore, but she did claim that her grandfather's brother had once year walked. Sadly, she did not know his name. He had died many years before she was born. Might have to look into it. Her maiden name was Svensson, which leaves me with a lot of possibilities. She was born in Vedtorp, and I can only hope that her grandfather was as well. More interviews, nothing worth mentioning. Professor Asp called today. He hinted that the faculty wanted to take part in my research. September 22nd. Followed up my visit to the retirement home in the early 20th century. There were 6 households in Vedtorp with the surname Svensson. According to the church book, Astrid was born in 1913. Her grandfather was named Carl Fredrik. He had 2 brothers. One died in 1942. The other brother, Daniel Svensson, died in 1895. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Since Astrid said that her great-uncle died before she was born, Daniel is the one that supposedly year walked. A miller apprentice going to the library to check out old newspapers tomorrow. September 24th. Looked for reference of Daniel Svensson in old newspapers. I'm grasping at straws. September 5th. Another day at the library. Nothing of interest. September 6th. Bored. I'm about to give up. September 9th. Excited! The newspapers finally mention a Daniel Svensson. He was apparently arrested for the murder of a young woman in Vedtorp. Information is scarce. Her name was Stina Nilsson, and she was a miller's daughter. Her body was found on a field outside of the village. She had been stabbed multiple times. The library should be open longer. Hope I can find any reference to his supposed year walk. September 11th. The motive behind the murder seems to have been jealousy. Not many details. Apparently, Stina was going to marry a Lucas Tapper. She was on her way home from Lucas's parents when she was intercepted by Daniel. She was found the following morning, just 17 years old. I feel a tad guilty about my excitement yesterday. After all, there is a great tragedy behind all this. September 13th. The press seemed to have lost interest in the case after a while. Found nothing today. Maybe ES can tell me something. September 15th. Had a long talk on the phone with ES. The murder case was unknown to him. He had, however, spent a lot of time in Vedtorp during the 60s when he studied folklore in the area. There had been a rather peculiar runestone that seemed to predate the Viking Age. ES claims that there was a definite connection between the symbols on the stone and the year walking. He could not tell how. Want to check it out. Went to the library again, in case I missed something about Daniel. Indeed I had. Found another article. Feeling upset and a little bit sad, borrowed the article just in case. September 20th. Perhaps there is more to learn about Daniel. Booked a hotel room in Vedtorp. September 26th. Arrived in Vedtorp. It's a small place. One street cuts through the village. It's a rather depressing place, to be fair. The weather would not do any place justice. The hotel is empty, besides me, and a group of dog toy manufacturers who are a bit on the noisy side. Must ask chef for the veal recipe. Got a map from the hotel owner. Excited about the archive. Have the feeling that I might find something major. September 7th. Just got back from the archive. An interesting place. Sadly, it's only open for hours a day. It's understandable since I was the only visitor possibly found the files I need. Tomorrow, reading and lots of it. September 28th. I knew it. The archive has exceeded my wildest dreams. On New Year's Eve, year 1893, Daniel Svensson did indeed yearwalk. The court's records refer to his yearwalk at several occasions. I have just started to scratch the surface. There must be beliefs hidden amongst these papers that have been forgotten for ages. This is by far the latest recorded yearwalk. I hope I'm excused for borrowing the file from the archives. They gave me little choice since they're closed during the weekend. I could not sleep last night, too excited by the files. Much of the records are of a legal nature, but there are relevant pages. Daniel claimed he knew that he would murder Stina after seeing it in a vision on his yearwalk. Sadly, the scribe has not bothered to take it all down and occasionally just refers to it as ramblings of a madman. Poor boy. There are certain elements that are new to me. Must write them down in detail later on. Need fresh air. Daniel's cabin, Solsortin, is briefly mentioned in the protocol. We'll ask around about it. Hope it still exists. September 30th. Dave drove around for hours in the forest today. These are woods to get lost in. Asked for the directions of every local. Most people never heard of the cabin. Was about to give up when I met an old man. His aunt had lived there till the 60s. From then it had three different owners that used it as a summer house until the mid 80s. I think that box might be the one in the woods. It's hard to tell. Where was I? Different owners that used it as a summer home until the mid-80s. The last family that owned the cabin only stayed there one summer. Their 5-year-old son drowned in a brook nearby, and after that they never returned. Nobody has lived there since. The old man's nephew owned the land. I asked the old man if I could pay it a visit. He did not think there could be anyone that would mind. The cabin is situated deep into the forest. No sign, no road, just a narrow path. This was the place where he started his yearwalk over 100 years ago. Felt overwhelmed by the thought and could not enter. It's a lonely place. Excuse me. The only other building I could find in the area was an underground storehouse. Guess it might have belonged. Sorry. It's getting kind of late. Guess it might have belonged to the cabin. It was too dark to see anything, but I can't imagine there would be anything of significance in there. On my way back to the car, I found this strange box. What an odd thing to leave in the middle of the forest. Seems to be in more or less mint condition. Could not resist taking it. Tonight, I need whiskey, and lots of it. Went to Vedtorp Church today. It's a small white stone church built in the 12th century. The place where the church stands has been used for worship even earlier than that. According to the priest I met, he showed me around the premises. Oh shit, there was more. Put a bouquet of flowers on Stina's grave. Seemed appropriate, the almost unlikely somber epitaph read. In memory of our loving daughter, Stina Nilsson, 1877 to 1894. Her cries for mercy could not sway his hand. Oh. Depressing. Searched for Daniel's grave, but there was no stone, and according to the priest, there probably never was. The gravestones E.S. told me about are gone. The priest is not sure where they are, or when they disappeared. Weather has been unreasonably bad. Spent the day at the county archive. Had trouble concentrating. Tried to locate a photograph of Daniel Svensson, but no luck. The clerk explained that a lot of stuff was lost when the files were moved from the regional archive back in 1976. Apparently, there was another murder case in Bedtorp in the early 1890s. A Lisa Rasmussen drowned 4 infants in a creek. She was an angel maker who received foster children from poor unmarried mothers. Lisa promised to find the babies good homes in exchange for a hefty sum of money. This was all a charade. As soon as the mothers had paid what little they owned, she drowned their children in a nearby creek. All the files from the file all the files from the trial have been lost. Outrageous. Think I'm done with the archive. Been thinking a lot about that church. October 23rd. Strange day. The runestone ES talked about is not marked on any map. Talked to the man at the service station. He drew me a rather primitive map. Searched for the stone for a long time. Almost gave up. Found it at last. Felt compelled to touch it. Had the strangest sensation of looking beyond. Beyond what? The feeling lasted for quite some time. Heading home tomorrow. Wish I had more time. This stone is old. Might predate Christianity, but I fail to see how it is connected to year walking. Could not resist stopping by the church on my way home. Walked around it for a bit. It was a pretty church. Not remarkable, but there is something about it. Feel that the church and the stone are connected somehow. Yeah, there's the box. October 4th. Found the box when I unpacked. Had almost forgotten about it. It seems to have some lock-like construction, but I have yet to understand exactly what it is or how to open it. It reminds me of one of those puzzle boxes. The wheel with the symbols. Oh, God. Sorry. Oh, sorry. The wheel with the symbols suggests it's opened by entering a password. It must be old. Maybe ES knows something about it. December 5th. Decided not to tell ES about the box. He might not appreciate that I took it with me. He's always nagging me about ethics. Busy week. Classes and meetings. This faculty is really getting in the way of my research. Feeling a bit strange. I've had weird dreams ever since I came back from Vedtorp. Dreamt that I was in a vast wasteland. I was searching for the keys to my locker, together with Jenny from high school. We laughed and dug in the sand. Suddenly the sky lit up, and Jenny pointed to a simple constellation of stars. She whispered in my ear to never forget it. I asked her what it meant, but she was dead, and her bones were withered and old. Woke up, and have been feeling rather queasy ever since. Read an account of a year walk by a man called Romedal in an old book. I came over in a used bookshop. Romedal's story is a little more than a tall tale told by a drunken oaf. Most of them seem to be. Daniel's sticks out. It haunts me. Held a lecture on year walking. Several faculty members attended it. They ridiculed me in front of the students. Another strange dream. Was doing my homework. Was stressed because the oil lamp was running out of oil. And when it did, the pale horse outside the window would come inside. The lamp burned out and everything went black. Woke up soaked in sweat. Must remember to buy groceries. Fiddled with the box. I have no clue how to open it. Frustrating. What jealous, small-minded, greedy creatures the faculty members are, and they will undoubtedly create small-minded, jealous, and greedy students. Don't feel the need to share any of my research with the faculty anymore. They don't deserve to read something that my hand has written. They could not understand anyway. The thought of what's inside that box is like an itch that can't be scratched. I've searched for references to anything about it, but I have found nothing that resembles it at all. Having more strange dreams. Something happened in those woods. Is year walking a mere vision quest? Are the visions brought on by the lack of light and food? ES believes so. Not so sure. Dreamt of the runestone. Was in the forest outside Vedtorp. Mrs. Bowman was walking up to me. I was very afraid. She said that I had been a bad boy and broken the rules. Before I could defend myself and tell her that I did not mean to be naughty, she withered into dust. Found myself in front of the runestone. The groom's eyes glowed at me. I woke up. Find myself thinking of the stone. What does it mean and how is it connected to year walking? What did people do in those woods? Do not feel like sleeping tonight, drinking coffee and watching TV. If I stay awake, those dreams will stay away. Could not understand much of my students' presentations today. Must sleep. Someone is watching me all the time. Got an email reminder to deliver the texts from the game. Wrote 7 or 8 pages. Hopefully it's enough. Waiting. Don't know for what. Have a feeling that something's on its way. Received an odd email today. Got over 1,000 of these during last night. The emails seemed to have stopped when my inbox was full. Don't know what it could mean. Maybe it's a prank by my students, but they seem too unimaginative to come up with something like this. Don't think it will end here. Is it some kind of threat? Called the priest, told him of my plight. He said that Vedtorp sometimes had a strange effect on people, but it rarely lasted. Do not think he understands. I was going to ask him about the box, but decided to hang up when he suggested I should see someone. Woke up last night. Heard baby screams from beneath the floorboards. Panicked. Managed to pry up some of the floorboards. The screaming stopped. The Watchers, the Night Raven, the Huldra, the Brook Horse, and the Church Grim. There might be others. Cannot be sure. Can they disguise themselves? Maybe they can read my mind. The Watchers, because they watch. That's what they do. But is it all they do? Year walk equals system error. Year walking works, but it was never meant to. It's against the rules. The universe blinked its eye, and someone crossed all barriers that are known as time and space. The Watchers are watching, but who are watching the Watchers? How can you bend time and space? Got in a heated argument with ES. He's surprisingly scornful of my theories. Must remember that he is an old man and he might not be as open to new ideas any longer. He claims that it is impossible to gaze into the future. The future is not set. Nothing happens until it happens. Of course, it's impossible to look into the future according to logic, but I'm not sure they are playing according to our rules. The Watchers are more than they appear, and less. They are real, yet they are unreal. They do not exist in the manner that this table and this chair exists. How do I know these things? Are they my thoughts? Am I writing this? I certainly did not draw this, but yet it's right here in my notebook. Watchers, or antibodies. Daniel broke the rules, and he was punished. Held another lecture, the last one for a long while, it seems. It's been decided that I need a break, but it matters not. Have more important things to do. I've been an idiot. Someone is playing with me. These shapes, it's the same as on the box. Did someone see me take it? Tried the symbols I have received, but the box remains shut. There must be more coming. Woke up last night. The telephone rang. Answered. Could not hear anyone. Hung up. It rang again. Answered. Could not hear someone speak. On the other side. Could not make out what was being said. The voice was too far away. Hung up. It kept ringing. I cut the cord. Bought whiskey, bought food. People stare. Don't want to go out there again. Too many know who I am. If you break the rules, there will be consequences. Wish I had not cut the cord to my phone. Needed to hear a human voice. Don't dare to go out. At first, I didn't even notice. One of the paintings in my living room has been replaced. It must have happened during the 30 minutes I slept. Could not let my guard down. Someone was here, or something. Will the antibodies come for me? Am I a virus in the eyes of the universe? Boarded up the balcony and all the windows. Nothing can come in now, I hope. Shouldn't be possible, but someone was here again. I'm definitely being threatened. There was a knife on my kitchen table. Was there more there? All old, but sharp. I realize that the knife is his. We are connected. The church is central to this, and yet it is not. Perhaps the church itself is not important, but rather the energy of the place. Perhaps the gate is always there, but it's not a gate. Gates are meant to be open, or closed. This is a rift in the fabric of the very existence of everything. But why allow it? Why does the universe, or God, or someone not shut the gate? If we're not meant to do it, why let us? I can hear the heart of the universe beating. What is happening? I feel like a worm under a big boot. I feel like the shadow hanging over me, waiting to get crushed. She sings, and I shall follow. She is trying to fool me. that I know, but I must get closer to her because then I get closer to the key that leads to the heart of it all. I didn't steal the box because it begged me to take it with me. Daniel survived all the watchers sent by the universe. He was lured by the temptress, brought the innocents to the pale horse, unearthed the parasite, and finally faced the master of them all. But yet he was destroyed. Could it have gone any other way? Was he doomed from the start? Am I doomed? Is the future set, or can it be altered? Must help him. It's the right thing to do. There's a bond between us. Might have figured it out. 5 watchers, 5 symbols, which means there's one more remaining, or one more coming. So tired. Can't seem to hold my thoughts for any period of time. Should probably eat more often, but I must resist. It's important that I come prepared. The heart beats stronger, but I will break it and see it beyond everything. In the end, it was the nature of man that got Daniel. Must free myself of all desires. That's how they get to you. Can love really be a weakness, or is it a strength? And the poor girl, it just seems unfair. Is there anything I can do? If the future can be altered, why not the past? Am I playing the part of the fool in the cosmic play? And if so, to what purpose? Disconnected the microwave oven, just in case. Feeling absolute terror at the possibility that there is no purpose, no rhyme, no reason to any of it. Why me? The only way I can help him is if I break the rules. It will come at a price, but what do I care if I can rise above it all? Saw her lifeless body. She is beautiful, even in death. Have been crying ever since. It all seems so needless, so cruel. Ready for anything. I don't care anymore. It's finally here, the last one. I woke up with this in my palm. Tried to wash it out. It's a tattoo. Tested them in all different kinds of combinations, but I could not figure out how to do it. I must sleep. I will open the box tomorrow. Of course, so simple. Rotate the wheel and release when the wheel aligns with the grim in the order they were delivered to me. But why was it empty? I thought it was Daniel all along. I thought he was here, but it cannot have been he who sent me the password. It doesn't make sense. If the box was empty, it means it must be filled. I still do not understand who sent the symbols. If it was not the boy, then it must have been the Watchers. But why? Are they toying with us? Helping us in some perverse, twisted way? From the get-go, he was doomed. They got him at the very thought of year-walking, but I think the girl can be saved. I put everything he needs in the box and locked it. I will leave it where I found it, where all of this started. If my mind is set on this, does it mean that I'm doomed too? The rift is open. It wants me to go through. Packed my things. I wonder if I will come back. Soul Sortin, it's cold here. Wish I could light a fire, but I must do it right. Surprised how calm I feel. Only hours remain. It's midnight. Okay. There we go. Whew. That always reading those always gives me the fucking shakes. Okay. If I can remember the symbols, it was triangle, and then that, and then no, it was a square. That, and then that, and then that, right? Yes, I got it. Oh, I'm kind of surprised I remembered those. Vedtorp murder executed. Kristiansand, January 21st, yesterday morning. Vedtorp killer Daniel Svensson was executed at Kristianstad prison. He was found guilty for the heinous murder of a young Stina Nilsson last year. The death sentence has been criticized by the highly renowned Dr. Helmer Lundbach, who stated that Daniel is suffering from an abnormal psyche. He seems to have problems discerning past from present, and his visions of terrible creatures. Something not uncommon among schizophrenics. Daniel cannot be held accountable for his actions and should be given treatment at an institution for the criminally insane. The execution was performed by Gustav Dahlberg. This was his 4th execution last year. He was to perform the execution of the notorious Lisa Rasmussen, who was charged with the murder of 4 infants in Vedtorp, but who took her own life before the sentence could be carried out. Security has been improved greatly since. Daniel Svensson was composed during the whole process. Besides the slightly shaking hand so common among the criminal type, you could not tell Daniel from any other young man. He sobbed loudly once he laid his head back down. He sobbed loudly once when he laid his head down low, but quickly regained his composure. A quick prayer and a swift, powerful stroke, and it was over. According to the attending priest, Granith Daniel's last words were, "I should have killed myself, then none of this would have happened. You are long dead when I write this, and I have not yet been born, yet we have a connection beyond life and death, space and time, the impossible made possible by year walking. But the Watchers always win. Even though you've not passed through the rift yet, they sense the urge, and they want their sacrifice. I wish there could be another way. I'm sorry, but for her, there is still hope. You can save her. You know what you must do." Okay. I don't remember reading those at all. Oh. Well, reading all those, documents and stuff, I felt like someone was watching me over my shoulder. I'm really fucking creeped out right now, guys. I'm not even joking. Oh. Oh. This game is so creepy. I fucking love it. Oh man. It's 1 o'clock in the morning right now for me. And I am creeped out like crazy. Oh shit. Oof. The end. So I guess that was the true ending. Is that? Yeah, okay. Well, I guess he killed himself, I guess, is what they were getting at there. Oh god, that was creepy. Anyway, yeah, I guess what they were getting at with the box was his last words said, "I should have killed myself, then none of this would have happened," and stuff like that. I guess that means he killed himself with the knife that the journalist and researcher put in the box and stuff. I swear I remember getting an alternate ending where you heard him stab himself and then it showed the girl alive in the field or something, but who knows, they could have changed a lot of things. Oh man. Oh shit, you guys gotta play this game for yourself. I am incredibly creeped out right now. I'm paranoid. I keep looking out my window and looking over my shoulder, so I should probably get to sleep soon before the boogeyman gets me. So thanks for joining me, guys. If you guys know any way to fix my problem with off, then leave a comment or message me or something, because I'd like to get that started again. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys got as creeped out as I did. Hope you guys will try the game sometime, because I highly recommend it on both Steam and the iPod. They are both incredibly different, and yeah. See you next time, guys. Thanks for joining me.